story. Once upon a time, there lived a man, mango, who lived on a tree. Trailer, consign you? No. That's a famous rhyme sung by Nigerian children. And it's story time again on the Bisa platform. And this is your favorite host, Betty Osei-Bonsu. Be inspired with stories from Africa where values, passion, and environment comes to life. Today, we are on the topic, the Street Pampers War. And yes, we are bringing to you another inspiring episode. Yes, we are going to Kenya. What are we going to do in Kenya? We're going to hear a very interesting story from Kenya on the Pampers and the streets and how the war happens there. When it comes to Pampers, it's known that Pampers or nappies or diapers, they are used to retain waste and body fluids that comes out from the babies, and when it's time, you're able to dispose them properly. According to reports, do you know that each baby in its lifetime of wearing nappies, from when the baby was given birth to he or she gets to the age where he can't put on nappies any longer, each baby wears estimatedly 5,000 nappies or pampers. Just imagine if every mother takes the diapers or take the nappies or take the pampers and just throw them outside the environment like that. Imagine when we are coming out of our houses, we would have to walk on the air. Let's do some math here. Let's take the entire Africa population. We are looking at over 1 billion. We take that multiplied by a day wearing of a baby in terms of wearing pampers. Most of the time you wear pampers, they change the pampers 3 times a day for the baby. So let's multiply that, and that is giving us more than 4 billion. So now let us look at some landfills. Okay, from what we are seeing, we can see Nigeria, we can see Kenya, we can see Uganda, we can see Ghana. So now think about it. Nappies takes approximately or more than 400 years to disintegrate or decompose because it has some element of fossil fuel, elements of plastics in it. Look at this landfill and just tell me 4 billion pampers over 400 years. Oh my God. That's crazy. Let's break this down and go specific to some countries. Do you know that in Ghana, in terms of nappies consumption, Ghanaians are able to utilize 200 million of nappies or pampers, and they come second in the whole of Africa. They are second to Nigeria, who consumes over 200 billion nappies or pampers. You wouldn't blame them. Look at the population of Nigeria. So just multiply that times the number of pampers that are being generated. This is quite an industry. I know most of you haven't thought about it, but it's quite an industry of pampers. Like, we should have like pampers landfills or pampers hill. With this product, pampers, there's still a gap when it comes to its management, not only country-wise, but across Africa. But it's time we stop complaining about our problems and find solutions to them. Thankfully, we'll be hearing from Christine Cherebo from Kenya, who is a circular economy enthusiast, and she'll be talking to us about how she was able to identify this problem within her community and is currently creating solutions that is not only impacting the community but generating green jobs and keeping her environment clean.
Using reusable baby nappies means that we are consuming products for a longer time, hence reducing the amount of waste in our environment. Why is this topic important to me? Why do I support reusable baby nappies? Number one reason is because we are going to see an improved state of the environment. Currently, if you walk around, the suburbs of Nairobi, you will notice that there was a lot of heaps of waste from used disposable diaper. Most parents have no means of disposing of this waste, and so the only alternative they have is to litter them around next to where they live. Christine is a circular economy enthusiast, a writer, and a citizen scientist living in Kenya. Circular economy principles have been a common practice in my life. I particularly support reduce and reuse principles because with these two, households and individuals can greatly reduce the total amount of waste they generate. I am proud to be a volunteer. I currently work with Mama Toto Africa. This is a social enterprise based in Kenya, which works with the local community to produce and distribute reusable baby nappies. As you are aware, one disposable diaper can last in the environment for 450 years or more. What does this mean to Kenya and Africa in general? We expect to have more waste from disposable diaper in the coming years because we lack efficient waste management systems to tackle this waste. In order to ensure that the impact, together with the amount of waste from disposable diaper, is reduced in our environment, we need to come up with solutions ourselves. If we don't have efficient waste management systems at the moment, we can choose reusable baby nappies in place of the disposable diapers. Unlike reusable baby nappies, disposable diapers could result to health risks to the general public. We have seen cases where kids are exposed to diseases. When they play around, you find that they collect these disposable diapers and play around with them, not knowing that they are used or they contain human waste.
In terms of research, there are lots of publications that have come out. One on Science Direct states that with respect to disposable diapers or pampers or nappies, in terms of their usage, there are lots of uncertainties that accompanies its usage that they've not been able to research on, especially its composition, its chemical constituency, its effect on even the baby in detail, and also the effect it poses on the environment. There are a lot of, should I say, hula balloons. People still argue when it comes to working parents. They still argue that this is more convenient for them because they are able to use it and immediately dispose it of. Makes the baby comfortable, but who knows? But there's a question I am dying to ask, and that is, what were we using before these diapers came in? And why have we accepted it so much that it's posing so much problems to the environment, even if it's benefiting us? That's the question. Yes, a lot of people say we're using cloth before. You'd have a lot of rhetoric, so you have a lot of argument on this, in that the cloth was so uncomfortable, but they were using it back in the days. I'd like to know what you think though. Would you want to utilize the pampers, or you would love to go back use the cloth? Because we all know the impact is causing greatly to our environment.
Thirdly, we are going to talk about health of the baby. Mama Toto products, for example, use natural fibers for the absorber, which is going to be directly in contact with your baby's skin. You'll have to note that the nappy doesn't contain any fragrances or chemicals which might react with your baby's skin. This will mean that your baby is going to have a great experience as they use the nappies. Although the upfront costs of purchasing reusable baby nappies are quite high, you'll notice that in the long run you will spend less money as compared to when you're purchasing disposable diapers. If you buy a bundle of, let's say, 9 nappies from Mama Toto Africa, that's enough to last you for a longer period of time until when your baby potty trains. And this you can also pass it down to the next baby, or you can donate, yes, to your friends or family members.
According to a report from South Africa, it was stated that nappies, pampers, when left outside, are able to attract rodent pests that when these pests and rodents come into contact with maybe babies or even humans in general, they are able to spread some sicknesses and diseases. Apart from that, they mentioned that pampers, when they are decomposing, releases methane gas into the atmosphere that contributes to climate change. Oh wow, I never knew this. And then I think this is something we have to look at. Not even only pampers, but the normal ladies, the normal ladies' day-to-day flow or month-to-month flow. I just can't fathom. I can't think about this. Just imagine the total amount of women in the world and the number of pads used. This is every month for the entire period of their life. But we're not talking about pads, we are talking about pampers. So just think about it. So yes, as Christine said, these pampers are dumped just irregularly without no care on the environment, and sometimes even along river banks, and this can pollute the water to the individuals that even utilize the water. So this is what we will call the necessary evil. It is needed, but it harms. So what do we do? Thanks to Christine and her team that are producing indigenous solutions, using locally made products to produce solutions to problems. That's beautiful. And this is another inspiring effort from a youth in her community. I think they really need a lot of applauses. Producing reusable diapers, it's quite commendable. And this is not only contributing to their community, but it's also providing her and her team with jobs, as well as diverting waste from landfills or even from our streets. So yes, this is another inspiring episode on the Visa platform with Christine on the topic, the Street Pampers War. Next on this episode, we will be featuring a lot of individuals from all over Africa on the topic, the one-legged education system. Yes, you heard me clearly. The one-legged education system. And on this topic, we'll be hearing from these individuals on what they think about Africa, its education system, and its career paths. Very, very interesting. I want you to stay tuned. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media pages. On LinkedIn, it's Be Inspired with Stories from Africa. Don't forget it's Be with a dot. Yes. On YouTube, it's Be Inspired with Stories from Africa. And on Facebook, it's Bisa with Betty. Don't forget you're watching your favorite host, Betty Oseibansu, on the Bisa platform. Stay tuned and don't forget again to subscribe.
As an African, it's not only about mentioning our problems, but suggesting solutions to tackle them. Don't forget the solutions of one man cannot be the solution of another. Although we are one world, but yeah, we are different.